I don't know who's been paying attention to all this stuff over the past week, but today we're going to be talking about some video game NFT. I'll say nonsense.
The nonsense,
It's
because
nonsense.
it's pretty stupid. It's basically them trying to justify. There we go.
They're trying to get the
fixed it.
monies. That's what they're doing. They're trying to make the paper by doing just nonsense. And then what else we have today? We have the NFTs. We're going to be talking about black hair in video games. I'm still offended by that.
That's so stupid. And he came in. He was like, "Guess what we're talking about today?"
I'm so offended. I am so offended.
So mad. It's like, this is offensive. Oh, okay, James. Well, you can go ahead and talk about that.
Yes. And then what else? We're going to laugh at some just idiots. We're going to just laugh at stupid people. And then we're going to have to cut off YouTube and go to Rumble because I don't know what they're going to do about the talking about January 6th thing. So I'm just going to be like, oh, fuck. We're just going to take that over to Rumble. And, what's it called? We're going to channel our inner salty cracker and just say, fuck you two. You don't know who Salty Cracker is, do you? Do you? No. I'll show you.
Sounds familiar.
Because I probably showed him to you once or twice, but you're probably like, I don't know who this white person is.
Nope.
But yeah, we're gonna freaking get rid of YouTube for that portion because, yeah, fuck that. But yes, and hold on a second because once again, I think. Let's see. Let's make sure. Oh, okay. It's actually correct this time. Look at there. I didn't have to fix it because it's already there.
You did everything right. Oh my god.
Right? I hope. If there's anything wrong, somebody please
I should
tell
probably
me.
mention that the cameras are reversed. So if
Yeah.
me looking over,
So
over
you're over and then
he's over there, but the camera's set up to where imagine him being like next to me in this direction. But
so
he's
every time we
actually
look,
here.
I'm gonna be looking in that direction,
Yeah.
and you're in that, and then okay. Well, hey, next week it'll be fixed because I didn't realize. But yes. So hopefully everybody can hear us because
I can hear me. That's all that matters, right?
right, I guess so, right.
That's all I need to know.
That's all that matters. But yes.
Very narcissistic comment.
I kind of want to play some audio, but whatevers. So, we're going to go ahead and get on into this, starting off with, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Are we starting with the game news first?
Yes.
Okay.
We're starting with that.
You're just like, no, we're going to do that at the end.
We're going to jump into that because...
We'll do this now. Which one was this?
Bloom.
Is this the 7 remake? Okay, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, a lot of Final Fantasy fans out there have been waiting for a Final Fantasy 7 remake. Kind of myself included. I played the original a little bit. I never really got to finish it on the PS1, but it's a pretty good game. I don't really like turn-based games, but when they announced Final Fantasy 7 for the remake like almost 6 or 7 years ago at this point.
And it took so long.
I think it was like 2015. And we didn't get any news until like 2019 when Sony released a trailer at E3. And then they finally came around to making it in 2020 for the PS4, I believe.
Yep.
Which is great. Except
the PS5 was coming out and...
Well, the thing is, no, that would have been okay. It's just that the game isn't finished.
Yeah, they only put like one part of it, and then it's kind of like, hey, we're gonna put out the rest of the parts later.
Where the original goes to the open world map, where people were like, oh my god, there's so much more to the game. Yeah, where they go to the open world on the original. That's where the game ends, from what I understand. And there's like 30 or 40 hours of gameplay in this first part, which is ridiculous for a AAA title because it's a $70 game on Epic right now. And
That's
that's
for PS5 though, right? I don't. Was it 70 for the PS4? I think it was just PS5 games.
I think it was for PS5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But still,
yeah. That's still
it's PC.
crazy.
It's 70 on both PC and PS5.
And I for some reason knew that like they were gonna do that with the PS5 with the next generation consoles. They were gonna be like, let's just bump that price on up. Like eventually it's gonna be like $100 a game, and then
But
people are gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
the reason why I'm upset, or well, not really upset, the reason why I think it's ridiculous that they're doing that is because they're going to release the game in parts.
Yeah.
So every part of the story is going to be released again. They're going to charge people for it. They're going to be
Another $70.
Imagine paying what, $210 for a full game, essentially. That's what you're basically going to be paying. You're basically going to be paying $210 for one game.
Yeah. That one full game.
One full game that's taking 5 or 6 years just to get the first part out, and then another 5 or 6 for each individual part.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
But I want to know, apparently, on a side note, if anyone's ever like, I want to know how they because apparently it's 2 discs for the console.
Yeah. I think it was because it was like, like really big because, the new, consoles and shiz like that.
Yeah.
But they had 2 discs, and I think they're going to probably just keep splitting them up.
Right.
It's going to be like multiple
How does that
discs.
work? Does it just read the disc, your save data from the first disc?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how it works. Yeah. You play through it, and then it's like, what's your save file say? Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, we'll just start from right there, and you have all this info, and we're just going to move it over.
Actually, it's not that there was one. I remember there being one or two other Final Fantasies where there were like 3 discs on there. But I mean that's kind of common for Final Fantasy games, I think.
Word, yeah. I didn't like play Final Fantasy when it, the game when it came out. I actually just watched it because I was a broke bastard and I had no money to buy the game or like the console. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna watch it on like YouTube. I mean, it did look pretty cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it looked pretty cool. I actually like the combat system and all that stuff. Yeah. But then I was like, okay, so where's the rest of it?
Where's the rest of it? My friend was.
We're missing a whole lot.
My friend who plays on the PlayStations all the time, he was like, yeah. So it's kind of stupid. You're paying for the full price of a game that's not even released yet. And I was like, huh.
Yep. You're paying for wait, how did they say how many parts? Like, was it like
they didn't say. There's been no confirmation as to how many parts.
So watch the next whole section is gonna be just like one snippet, and you're not gonna have the whole word. It's just gonna be like one portion, and then we're like $70. Yeah. They're gonna stretch that one section out to be like 30 hours of gameplay. That's
apparently exactly what they... Because apparently, the first part, like, in the original, it's only like a 5-hour segment in the original. And here, they've turned that 5 hours into 30. And I'm just like, what? How does that work? You just gotta, like, add a bunch of BS or something?
Talk about what, when you're writing a paper and you have to make it 20 pages and you just start saying shit and you're like, blah, 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 blah. That you're just adding words.
That's exactly what that is.
It's exactly what's going on. It's crazy, man. Crazy, but hey, it's crazier? When they fucking add NFTs into video games.
Oh my God.
Now, for everybody who doesn't know what an NFT is, here's the definition. A unique digital identifier that cannot be copied, substituted, or subdivided. That is recorded in a blockchain and that is used to certify authenticity and ownership. Basically saying, it's called non-fungible token. Mm-hmm. That's what NFT stands for. Excuse me, got a burp. But basically it means you have this digital thing that has its own unique identifier, so that you can't really copy it. And it kind of signifies, okay, this is the original. But I mean, like, for instance, if it's like a picture or something, you can kind of just screenshot it and then you have the picture. It's kind of like,
you have the picture and then you pay, and then you're like, I'm gonna pay for the rights to sell this.
Right. Yeah.
And it's essentially what NFT is going to become is freaking microtransactions for assets of a video game. Like, imagine it's basically going to be Gmod when there are broken textures. And whenever you get to another part of a game, the company's like, hey, you want to see the rest of the fucking game like it was meant to be? pay another $60 so that you can see what this part of the game looks like.
You know what's
but
funny?
you can still play the game though.
The funny part about this, when I first heard NFT and I first heard like someone say NFT for like video games, I was like, maybe this could be used in a good way. But then I was like, they're not going to use it in a good way, are they? They're not going to use it in a positive light. And then, this letter from Square Enix came out.
This letter. The only image that crossed my mind when I read this was that when the person who wrote this was done, they just looked at themselves in the mirror and said, "You did a good job.
Yes, I'm awesome. Everybody's going to love me after this."
This is like one of those essays that you write in school, like you were talking about before, where you have a set number of words that you have to get into in an essay, and this is exactly what it looks like.
It's like they wanted to put a whole bunch of words, so that kind of confuses people. So they're saying what they're trying to say, but then it's funny how they had all this stuff, and then at the bottom is when they started talking about the NFT stuff, and I'm like, y'all bastards, you normal people aren't going to just read this whole thing.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you put the stuff that nobody really wants at the bottom. Like, nobody wants the NFT thing.
This is a letter to the employees.
Yeah. You put that at the bottom. And, because, they send it to the employees, but, it's going to get out. Like, people are going to get it. It's going to get out. So they put that at the bottom. Because the normal populace generally they'll read like maybe the first 2 paragraphs, but once they see all of this wording, they're kind of be like, I don't want to read the rest of it. Too much BS. Right? Because this is a pretty long one, or a pretty long letter, but I mean, at the bottom is where they have the NFT stuff. And it starts talking about the metaverse also at the beginning.
Right.
And I'm kind of like,
I'm thinking,
no.
I'm getting Ready Player One vibes from this.
Right, I'm kind of like, no.
If you've never seen Ready Player One, it's the movie. It's a movie where the world is basically turned into what it is now, but like VR is basically the economy.
Yeah, their whole life is just VR.
VR is basically the world that they live in, because it's not even augmented. It's just like what we have now, but I don't know, a corporate person wants to like take over that and just put ads all over the screen and make you pay to remove the ads one layer at a time, and it's a whole bunch of.
I mean, yeah, it was a good movie too. That was actually a pretty good movie, but it is exactly,
Spielberg directed it, which is what I think made it really good.
Oh, yes. But I really feel as if they're trying to push us into that direction where everybody's just in like this like virtual world. And there was this stupid thing that came recently where this female was like, she was molested or like groped in the metaverse, and I'm like, wait, what? wait, hold on, wait. So somebody, while you had the headset on, somebody came up and touched you? No. I was groped in the metaverse, and I'm like, oh. Oh my God. Okay. Here I mean, it hasn't even been a year, guys. We have how.
It's not even like an actual. It's not a thing that anyone actually cares about. Like, why are you trying to make a big deal about something?
It's like, come on, females. Why do you gotta mess everything up?
Just females. Hashtag not so.
Don't do this. Nobody. We already didn't like the metaverse, and now you're just gonna totally.
You're just gonna ruin it.
Ruin it before anybody even tries it.
Right. I mean, people were already hesitant, but wasn't it Jeff Bezos? Who's the guy that? It's Zimmerman. It's Zimmerman, isn't it?
Who? Wait, what?
The guy who owns Facebook.
Oh, Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg.
There are all these weird names for CEOs, but they're all like, it's weird. But yeah, no one really already trusted you, and now you're gonna put like this BS in there.
Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, going on with the NFT things, NFT stuff, we go to Konami, who is, I guess, celebrating the 35th anniversary of Castlevania.
Okay.
So I'm going to just read the tweet. So I'm going to read the parts that I can read. So to commemorate the 35th anniversary of the, I'm guessing, Castlevania series, NFT art auction sales using game scenes, background music, main visuals, etc. of past works have been decided. There's one NFT for each of the 14 types. Please check the official website for details. So
Wait, what?
It's their 35th anniversary of Castlevania, and they celebrate it by selling NFTs. And I'm like, what? So I went to the website, and yeah, they actually are just selling the NFTs. Of course, I can't read any of this, but yeah, they're really, this is their thing. It's not like they didn't like make a game or anything. It's not like,
they're just selling like gameplay footage.
There seems to be a big push to make NFTs a thing. Stop it. Like, NFT is not going to be a thing. I mean, it could be a thing if done properly, but
it could work,
it's not going to be.
It's never going to work that way.
It's not going to happen because people are being fucking greedy and they just want money. It's kind of like, another thing in that freaking letter, right? Is there was this portion where he was saying, people usually like to play games for fun, but there's people who want to play games to contribute. And I'm like, wait,
what?
Isn't the whole point of playing a game for fun? Like, people aren't thinking of. People just want to play the game to have fun. And if you're trying to make them contribute to whatever it is you're trying to like force on them, people aren't going to enjoy that. And they're really trying to force this NFT thing. Like, I'm kind of waiting to see to what degree they're going to like push this. Like, how far is it going to go until they realize, okay, this is a bad idea, guys. You should probably stop. Hopefully it's very soon because
I mean, microtransactions. Well, then again, it did take a few lawsuits to get EA to take down some of theirs in like their Star Wars games. So
right, I remember.
Do you remember that? That was stupid. People fucking, and then and then there was like, oh no, that was a different thing. I was thinking of the.
Like, what if in like they get to the point where they're like, there's like characters in the games and you have to like purchase like an NFT or something. In order to like use the super ability or some shit.
That's a thing.
That would be crazy.
That's a thing in MMOs already. I think in some American ports, like you have to pay money to get the best gear.
Pay to win.
Pretty much.
Those games
That's
suck.
what NFT is going to become.
You know what? We should make a game literally called Pay to Win. And I mean, it's just like super upfront. Right. You pay money, you win, you'll make money because people.
You get your money's worth because you are the winner.
As long as you put as much money into this, you'll win. Nobody will care because
every dollar is a half win. Every
it's literally the name of the game.
You could be the winner. Just give us your money.
Right.